YouTube, what's up? We're back in business. You guys asked for it and I'm bringing it to you. Today I thought I'd jump back on Black Ops 3, play some Chronicles. I'm going to play some OG Keynote or Toten and just talk to you guys about the state of Cold War zombies. I'm going to go over a lot of topics today, kind of where I think the game is at, where I think it's headed and where it should go. Just different ways on how I think we can get there as a community and what Treyarch can do to get us there, to be honest. Firstly, I just want to start talking about something that we've all talked about for a long time. And really that's just wishing, hoping, and praying that Zombies becomes its own standalone mode. I think over this last year a lot, I've been feeling like with Warzone and Infinity Ward getting their own free-to-play mode, and even after we've had Cold War released for like 6 months, they've continued to put content into Warzone and listen to that community and update the game. And that's something that I feel like as Zombies players, we don't get after that year of Call of Duty is over. I just feel like that doesn't happen for us. For the first time in a long time, I feel like this year we've gotten a lot of people that are working on Zombies more in the public eye so we can see and listen to what they're doing behind the scenes as far as what we play on a day-to-day basis. I think when Cold War released, we really had the closest thing to what we had in Black Ops 3, which is arguably the best year of Zombies that we've ever had. Black Ops 3 took the mix of everything that we grew up on, like World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2, and they combined it with so much new and just creative things, which has brought us into the world of Zombies that we're in right now. So I think the year of Zombies that we had in Black Ops 3 was a very strong one for setting up the future of the game mode itself. Now when Cold War came out, I was really hesitant to be a fan of it because they've changed a lot. Like if you realistically think about the game mode itself compared to what we've been used to, it's changed a ton. Through talking with my brother and Brody and other Zombies fans that I play with on a day-to-day basis on how Zombies has changed so much and really why it's just such a snooze fest and why I feel like I get so bored of Zombies so quick. Brody made a good point and he talked about how his biggest issue is they've catered Zombies to be very friendly to the multiplayer community. Obviously, right, to like try and grow its audience. But with that, they brought a lot of aspects from multiplayer over into the Zombies mode itself. For example, right, loadouts, specialists, things that you don't have to necessarily work for or build. This is kind of the same problem that Black Ops 4 had. A big part of why Zombies was so fun back during, you know, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3 was because it was difficult. Building wonder weapons, figuring out Easter eggs, everything was very hard. The very reason it was hard is what made it so just fulfilling when you completed something, right? Like even to break it down to a small concept, buying these 3 doors to get to the MP40 on Kino felt so good. Everyone went this way every time. Now in Cold War, if I chose to, I could just start with the MP40. That sense of fulfillment is just completely gone. So I'm not saying they have the wrong mindset when it comes to what they're doing with the game, because they're trying to broaden the audience, right? Which is what we want as Zombies players. We want more people to be playing. Days of Zombies, jumping into public matches, playing with randoms, having your mic on at midnight is gone. And honestly, I know we'd all do whatever we could to bring those days back. But even when you break it down to small things, like getting to round 100, or pulling a weapon out of the box, like go back to World at War, like the Browning, or the Thompson, or the Galil in Black Ops 1, when you got these guns out of the box, it was fun. It was like, holy shit, I got the Galil. Now anyone can just bring that Galil into the game, and there's no satisfaction from that. I don't hate the idea of being able to use our loadouts. I like it a lot. And with that came Zombies camos, which is very cool. You know, winning that little lottery RNG moment. I almost just wish you had to purchase the loadouts because the sense of fulfillment that you would get from getting a weapon in the box like that is just completely gone now. Being able to start with a weapon is very awesome. I just wish that it was almost a purchasable thing from the crafting table because no one even hits the box anymore. The only reason you hit the box is to try and get a wonder weapon, and that's a problem. I know we all miss sitting at the box forever, trying to get the Galil or the Thompson or the Browning or whatever year of Call of Duty we played. There were specific guns that you wanted to get in the box. When you pair that with Treyarch making the game just overall easier for newer players, right, with Easter eggs or even getting to around 100, things like that. There's so much utility now for Zombies not to be difficult, which that's the reason the game mode started, was to be hard. The reason for Zombies is to die. Like if you really think about it, the purpose of the game mode is to fail. And what makes it fun is not failing and getting as high as you can to flex on your friends. And when you make Easter eggs and make each round easier and easier incrementally, there's no failing anymore. I like the concept of being able to exfil and things like that, but there's no failing. It's no longer hard. To wrap all that up, I just really miss hitting the box with my friends. Getting extremely lucky or having to spend 20,000 points to get the Galil or the Thunder Gun or the Ray Gun and having bragging rights in your lobby with your friends about that moment. Now you can just do a simple Easter egg step, or you know in the back of your mind once you get to round 20 the Ray Gun drop goes up and you just gotta wait until then. Zombies today really just isn't made for the more, you know, cutthroat zombie players who are used to things being hard, like building staffs on Origins, taking an hour and a half to do the freaking Shadows of Evil Easter egg. I think that emotion in Zombies is missing. That joy that comes from RNG. Now you can just jump into the game with whatever you want. And in Cold War specifically, the sense of accomplishment is just no longer there. They have without a doubt made the game more focused on the gameplay itself, but that's at the expense of discovery and adventuring the map to find things that you didn't know were there before without getting a cutscene or a dialogue telling you exactly where to go. And Brody said it best about this part. What did I just say? I mean, for hell's sakes, right there. I literally just forgot I can go down that fast because I'm not playing Cold War. I'm playing old zombies. I'm on Black Ops 3. Like, the fact that I can get punished that much just for walking next to the zombies, being nonchalant, is important. We've all gotten so lazy. With tier 5 jug, full, level 3 armor, and all the perks and upgrades I can get, it takes zombies, what, like 12 hits now to down you? Zombies used to be a very punishing game mode, and that's what made it so fun. And they've completely removed that just to make it safe for players, just like in multiplayer how they've made it safe with skill-based matchmaking. They've realized, like any other company, right, the reason YouTube suggests a YouTube video that they know you're going to watch and that is a lot like the videos you watch is because they want you to stay on their website, watch more ads, and continue to watch more videos, which makes them more money. Just like with Treyarch, if you're getting 80 kills dropped on you in a game or going down at round 7 over and over playing zombies for the first time, you no longer want to play those game modes because you're like, wow, this guy dropping a triple nuke on me is no fun. Or wow, going down to round 5 every time because I get 3 tapped in half a second is no fun. I'm gonna go back to playing Fortnite. What I was saying though, before I got abruptly cut off by dying, is that ironically, the game is harder to grind than ever. Even though they've removed every difficult aspect of zombies, it's literally more of a grind than it's ever been. Wrapping up that thought all in one, going back to me talking about Warzone with Infinity Ward, I genuinely think what Zombies is missing is having its own standalone mode, and I think Treyarch should take advantage of that. Treyarch isn't going to make another Call of Duty game for a 2-year interval right after this game's over. Over those 2 years, we should continue to get Zombies content, and it should be a free-to-play mode that's accessible through the next Call of Duties, just like Warzone is right now. Now, on the topic of getting more content, it's got to be more. Cold War released with just one map of zombies in Dead Ops Arcade. Now, if you rewind 10 years back to Black Ops 1, I've talked about this, but that game released with 5 and Kino and Dead Ops Arcade. Now, giving credit and a little bit of leniency to the developers of this game, they did everything from home and finished the game from home due to the pandemic. The game's been out for 6 months, and all that we've gotten is 1 new map, so we're at 2 total, and then Outbreak, which is just reskinned multiplayer maps with zombies integrated into the map, which in my opinion is just lazy. It's definitely fun, but honestly that's something that the devs could crank out in like a weekend and bring to us. We haven't got a lot of new things. All they're doing is bringing back old lore and old bosses and old elite zombies, and the innovation's been there. It's been all very mechanical. A lot of things based to do again with the gameplay rather than the game. Like, Dark Ether is a really cool idea. I can't wait for them to elaborate on that whole story. I like that a lot. I like being able to play as the zombie characters, play as Maxis. But when it comes down to things they've genuinely created that we've never seen before, the best we've got are assault waves. I like the boss fights they've brought us, but those have been in the games before. And I feel like I've had a lot better boss fights than the one I've had this year. I don't know if that's just me, but the one on Firebase Z is a boss fight, but it's short. And the one on D Machina isn't even a boss fight. It's like just killing normal zombies while the boss does something. I think Zombies has lost a lot of its fan base, like the hardcore players. Players that liked having a 4 perk maximum and then you having to do Easter eggs throughout the map to get more perks. The players that liked having to hit things in the box and pray that they could continue to go through rounds without having their shitty LCAR9 like I have right now, right? Like, it's fun for me to know I have to hit the box again because this gun isn't good enough, rather than just using my weapon that I came in with and then leveling its tier all the way up and pack-a-punching it all the way. A lot of players miss hitting the box, and I know I can speak for everybody when I say that, because I don't hit the box anymore. The only reason I hit the box is if I'm trying to get a wonder weapon, like I've said. Your hardcore players want different perk machines throughout the map, not just having a wonder fizz. It's going to give them everything in 2 seconds. Like, what's the point of even having, individual perk machines that you have to get to? A cool idea could be like an arcade mode, a classic mode that we're all used to, like the zombies that I'm playing right now. Kind of how in multiplayer they would have your bare bones game mode and then the classic game mode. They did something to honor the OG players, remove all the new and creative stuff that they've added, and leave us with what we're used to and what we love from the past. Because don't get me wrong, I love field upgrades, and I think Frenzied Guard and Ring of Fire and all these things are way cool and super creative and should be in the game. When you pair how strong those things are with the ability that you can come in with a loadout and get unlimited perks at a Wonder Fizz, etc., it makes the game too easy. I would love at the crafting table if there was a loadout drop, kind of like Warzone, that you had to purchase the weapon that you wanted, the class that you wanted, rather than just getting it right off the start, making the first, 10 rounds so easy. Again, the reason zombies exist is to punish you, right? Like, no one wanted to play, 10 rounds of zombies. The first 10 rounds, you're like, when you'd go down with your friends on round 35 and get mad at each other, no one wanted to go play through those first 10 rounds again. It was the worst part of zombies. So slow and boring, but that's the point, right? That's what makes you want to get into higher rounds and not die, is because the joy that comes from making it through another round can't be beat, and the joy from avoiding those first slow 10 rounds can't be beat either. But then, right, like in Shadows of Evil and Black Ops 3, when you found out that you could shoot that guy with your pistol and skip to the first 10 rounds, or in Black Ops 2 where they made it so you can start, at a certain round, started making the game less of a hassle, which again, I have no problems with. They just need to honor the classic game mode that we all are used to. And like I've said before, there's no way the people who create this game aren't just addicted to thinking of how they can make it more fun all through their 8-hour workday. I would really like to see a game mode where they remove the ammo boxes, they remove, the Wonder Fizz, they remove the armor, they remove the kill streaks, they remove all those things that make the game so easy, just for the classic players to be able to enjoy. More that story mode feel. I think there's a reason that on Firebase Z, when you go into that coffin Easter egg and it's so dark in that one room, that everyone's like, oh man, I love this. Why don't we have more of this? Why don't they just make a map like this? Is because deep down internally, we all miss how hard the damn game is. And this year, it's just too easy, which makes it boring. The thing that makes Black Ops 3, right, like, which again, I think could be the best zombies of all time, so good, is out of the zombies maps that we got throughout the year, they were the best. Like, they were so good. They were creative, they were strong, they were replayable, which is very important. And people wanted to do the Easter eggs more than once after they figured them out. I haven't gone back and redone an Easter egg unless it's to show someone the Easter egg. I haven't done it for myself at all, out of enjoyment. We had Chronicles, which brought back and remastered all the zombies that we were used to loving. Cold War is just naturally going to have a harder time coming up with that much content, which is why I think now is the best time they could put it into that free-to-play mode that's released to everybody and consistently gets content throughout the next couple of years. There's no reason for them not to take that step right now. When it comes down to things that they could add to the game, again, like I talked about, I don't know how they just aren't wanting to add just amazing and cool things all the time. Or like even small things, like let's say you no longer want to get crawlers with your friends anymore because someone always has to train the zombie and misses out on whatever the other three are doing. Why can't I buy at the crafting table like a small trap or a cage for the last zombie that I don't have to try and sit here and do this stupid way of getting a crawler just to accidentally kill it, then have all my friends yell at me? Like, no one wants to do that. Why not just make it like a little bear trap that we could purchase that will hold the last zombie so we can all go and do what we need to do? And again, I can just talk out my ass here. The biggest problem I have right now are the maps that we have aren't replayable unless it's to show a new friend something else. And we do not have enough content. Again, it's been 6 months since the game has come out. You guys had the excuse at the beginning. You no longer have the excuse. We need more maps. We need more content. I really hope this rumor is true. It's looking pretty confirmed here in the next couple of weeks or a month that we're going to get the Kino remake with, added things outside of the map, a lot like we did on D-Machine, with Noct being in the center. But I mean, man, whether it's Buried or Kino or whatever it is, you could take this map that everyone loves and change it and make it bigger, right? Make a basement so I could fall through the floor. And if my team's up on the roof up here, I have to get back to them and I get lost, or we get, there's so much you can do. Really, it's sad. The only reason people are still going back to play zombies is for a camo that they can use on their gun and multiplayer, which is crazy. I really hope I didn't miss anything, that I wanted to talk about in today's video. If I did, I know it's going to be a little controversial, this video itself, so let's have a discussion in the comments on what you guys think about what I said, and then your own opinions on what they could change, what they could add, what they could keep, what they could remove. Because Black Ops 3 was it, man. It was the peak, the pinnacle of zombies. And Black Ops 4 just completely took 10 steps backwards and almost killed it. And I think Cold War is a good center. It's right in the middle. It's bringing back people from Black Ops 3 that are going, man, this isn't Black Ops 3, but it's better than Black Ops 4. I'm having fun. which is a good thing to say. They just got to ride that momentum. They got to keep giving us stuff. And again, I think now's the time you make zombies free to play and just have a full team dedicated to pumping out content and updates and cool shit for the zombies community, because the game itself is playable forever. They just need to make sure it remains hard and remains difficult, because again, I know I'm a broken record, but what makes zombies so good is the fact that you die. And in Cold War Zombies, you don't die anymore. If you do, it's because you got stuck in a corner. I could sit here and ramble about ideas I have on how to make the game cooler and more fun things, but obviously they can't just pull out and push out a ton of that stuff, so I'm not going to talk about it a ton. Would love to hear some of your guys' comments though on what you think they should add that would be cool features that we don't have currently. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. Hopefully it's not much more than 10 minutes. I've been talking quite a bit. Thank you to those of you that have made it to the end and listened to what I've had to say. I don't know if anyone from Shark is going to watch this, but just know that we miss not having a safe space. We miss things being hard and miss things being rewarding. And as good and as fun as the game is right now, because I'm not saying it isn't fun. It's so fun. It just isn't rewarding anymore. There's no joy in completing anything. And you either need to bring that back by giving us the story in classic mode and having the, you know, the mode that everyone's playing right now, or you've got to switch up the way that you're releasing things so we can enjoy both of those in one. There's a balance between finding cool things that revolutionize the way we've played zombies, right? Like putting a clamp down on the box so the box doesn't go away after 8 rolls every time. Maybe you can sit there and just spam the box if you can purchase something like that. There's a trade-off though, because like I've been saying, that makes the mode easier, that makes getting something easier. There's a balance between finding that, and I can only imagine how hard that is for the team at Treyarch and anyone else who creates a video game for us to play. I'm thankful for those people every day, and their ingenuity and their ability to make things that are cool as shit. All we're asking for is something that we can replay, go back to, and talk about like we did on Black Ops 1. I won't talk about in 5 years Cold War Zombies like I did about Black Ops 1, which that was 10 years ago, and I'm still talking about it. So with all that being said, thank you guys. Leave a like on the video. Share it with anyone that might have similar opinions to me. Let me know in the comments what you think about what I said and just things that you think would make zombies better as a whole. We're almost at 60,000 subs as I sit here and record this video in just 3 months of being on YouTube again, which is just unbelievable. We're just starting our 4th month, so thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your days. Kick ass if you're just starting it. Sleep well if you're just ending it. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out.